We all want to make it big. We dream of that massive success. But let's be real for a second. Is motivation really enough to get you there? Look, motivation might give you that initial push to start, but here's the harsh truth. Without daily discipline, that motivation is worthless. You might be thinking, why? Well, today I'm going to tell you a story that proves why chasing the hype doesn't work and how small daily habits can create insane results. After hearing this, you're going to rethink your entire daily routine. So listen closely, because the next few minutes might just change your mindset forever. Our story starts with three buddies from a small town: Mike, Steve, and Alex. They just graduated college, fresh and hungry to take on the world. They all had the same goal: financial freedom. They wanted to stand on their own 2 feet. So they decided to skip the city rat race, move back to their hometown, and buy a huge abandoned plot of land to start a farm and agribusiness. It wasn't going to be easy. The ground was rocky and hadn't been touched in years. The journey began. Day 1. Mike was a huge fan of those motivational speakers. He'd watch YouTube videos and yell, "Bro, in 6 months we're going to completely transform this place. We're going to grind 24/7, no sleep, let's go." Steve got hyped up by Mike's energy. He jumped in, "Yeah man, we're going to be the richest guys in this county." But Alex, he was the quiet one. He didn't scream or shout. He just pulled a small notebook out of his pocket, did some math, and said, "I think we shouldn't rush. Let's stick to a solid routine." Mike just laughed. "Forget your routine, man. Our blood is pumping. We need to work with speed." The first week, if you saw Mike and Steve, you'd be shocked. They were machines. Up at 5 a.m., working till midnight. They didn't care about food or rest, just work, work, work. The locals were impressed. Mike was posting dirt-covered selfies on Facebook with the caption, "Hustle hard." And Alex? Alex worked only 6 hours a day. Yeah, just 6 hours. But he had a rule. From 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., he was on that field. Rain or shine, happy or sad, for those 6 hours, he was digging and planting. The rest of the time, he rested, read books, and learned about new farming tech. Mike used to mock him. "What's up, Alex? You're moving like a turtle. At this pace, you'll be an old man before you see any success." Alex just smiled and said, "We'll see, buddy. The clock is still ticking." 3 months passed, and this is where the plot twists. Mike's volcano motivation started to burn out because he worked too hard without listening to his body. He crashed. Back pain, high fever. The doctor ordered him to take 15 days of complete bed rest. On the other hand, Steve realized that despite all that grinding, he wasn't seeing instant results. He started getting frustrated. He thought, "Man, what's the point of all this struggle? I should just go back to the city and get a normal job." Steve started slacking off. He'd show up one day, skip the next. His consistency was gone. But Alex's routine didn't change a bit. He showed up at 8 a.m. like it was day 1 and left at 2 p.m. He wasn't tired, he wasn't sick. Why? Because he didn't burn himself out with emotion. He built himself up with planned effort. He knew success isn't a 100-meter sprint, it's a marathon. While Mike was stuck in bed and Steve was failing by looking for shortcuts, Alex kept his patience and consistency, preparing the land bit by bit every single day. You couldn't see the progress in a day, but after 90 days, the compound effect kicked in. Alex's entire section was cleared, and little saplings were starting to stand tall. 1 year later, that rocky land is unrecognizable now. But not the whole land, only 1/3 of it is lush and green. And that part belongs to Alex. Mike recovered, sure, but that initial fire never came back. He'd work for a few days, then lose motivation again. His work was messy, half-dug holes, dead plants. And Steve? He quit and moved to the city a long time ago. One afternoon, Mike looked at Alex's beautiful garden, sighed, and said, "Dude, I was stronger than you. I had more passion than you when we started, yet I lost and you won. What is your magic trick?" Alex put a hand on his shoulder and said, "Mike, the magic isn't in the strength. The magic is in the consistency. You tried to smash the mountain in 1 day, so you broke yourself. I just moved 5 rocks a day. In one day, 5 rocks is nothing, but in 365 days, that's 1,825 rocks. That is the compound effect. Motivation got you to the field, but discipline kept me there. Guys, this story isn't just about Mike or Alex. It's about me, it's about you, it's about all of us. We start the year like Mike, joining a gym, promising to learn a new skill. We go hard for 3 days and quit by day 7. Why? Because we don't want to be boring like Alex. Remember, success isn't glamorous. Success is doing those boring, repetitive tasks day after day, even when nobody's clapping for you. The moment you think, not today, I'll do it tomorrow, right at that moment, an Alex somewhere is finishing his work. And at the end of the year, that's where the difference is made. Motivation is the match that starts the fire, but discipline is the fuel that keeps it burning. Without fuel, the match goes out pretty fast. So ask yourself today, are you going to burn out like Mike, or are you going to shine steadily like Alex? What is that one habit you want to start today? Drop it in the comments below. Remember, writing it down makes your commitment even stronger. Thanks for watching.